prophetic word about marriage and
I
demons.
have a very powerful clip that I'm going to post from a movie. As you all are aware, I talk about the spirit realm all the time. And so a lot of people are very much so misinformed about why their relationships, their marriages is when I say relationships, are so tumultuous, why they cannot seem to be on the same page. It could be that there is a demon that is running your marriage. Now, this is a prophetic word that I've given a lot of people, but I'm going to also say outside of that, there's a lot of repenting and work that should be done for two people that come together. Okay, so for example, if you decide to get married to someone, you and this person, if you all are courting, dating, whatever you want to call it, prior to the marriage, you all should spend probably 6 months just fasting and praying. Okay, because you need to break all those curses, because if you get married and you all decide to have children, or if you have kids, you're going to give your kids what you both have. Okay, which is horrible. And this is just a typical way that most Americans live, even especially the people that go to church. I've met the most horrific people, and they all go to church. I've met better people that don't even have a relationship with God at all. Very just beautiful people, great personalities, and so the worst people are the ones in the church. Those are the ones that are the most wicked. Those are the ones that's doing the most witchcraft. Those are the ones that are the most hypocritical, most judgmental, liars, prideful, etc., and so on. Also, a lot of you are very misinformed about your marriages. Now, I'm going to post this clip from a movie, because movies give a lot of intel about what really goes on, honestly. And so a lot of stuff is actually hidden in movies. And if you have spiritual eyes and ears to see and hear, you will pick up on this. Now, they put a lot of stuff in these shows, a lot, and this clip right here should really make you take a look at you and your spouse's relationship. I also think that a lot of you, I always say this, you are very delusional. It is very delusional to ask somebody to pray for your marriage when your husband is abusive to you. If you believe that Jesus wants you to stay with someone that has physically harmed you, that is, even if the person is cheating on you, that is abuse. Okay, that is abuse. Also, and there's so many things I could say about that, but a lot of you are in marriages being controlled by actual demons.
Spiritually, many of you are in marriages being controlled by demons.
I'm Amalia. Sister, remember the one that kept smoking in the bathroom?
Sister?
Yes, Amalia, yes.
Are you okay?
David, could I see you for a second?
Many of you are in relationships with man, woman. I'm speaking to both parties. You are not even able to enjoy sex. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of that can be controlled by demonic forces. Witches are very, very, very wicked. People that do witchcraft are very wicked, and they are aware. I even had a witch to tell me, well, actually, she exposed herself to me because I revealed many things to her. She even talked about stealing people's virtue. Okay, stealing the light that's on the inside of them and just chanting that over and over, and that light be transferred to them. There are witches that will actually chant, if they want your spouse, decreeing that you and this person do not even enjoy sex. Okay, now, am I telling you every single thing is a demon? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. But I'm going to tell you that there's a high probability that that is a part of the assignment of the enemy, is so that you do not enjoy your partner sexually. A lot of this can be demonic. Okay, and so a lot of us, again, we spend a lot of time online asking people to pray. We spend a lot of time at the altar, but we don't spend enough time on our face. We don't go into the secret place, which is something I talk about all the time. We don't spend any time fasting, consecrating our flesh and ourselves. Even when you're married, you need to consecrate. There are times, this is biblical, where you and your spouse should not have sex and fast. Okay, because you can hear from God a lot clearer. It means to sustain from many things. Satanists actually fast, and they sustain from sex. Okay, This is a universal practice. And so prayerfully, you take this message serious. Prayerfully, you look at your own marriages. Prayerfully, you look at the content that I've did and the things that I've exposed about marriage and what to do to actually fix your own marriage and stop asking everybody to do something. I also want to say this too. Praying for people is great, right? Like I could pray for you. Two things God revealed to me. Every person that you pray for that does not come clean about their identity, they will not receive breakthrough. That's number one. Number two, getting deliverance is a process. So me praying for you for 20 minutes might be great. You might see great manifestation of God in your life, but there's a process. The enemy, the monitoring spirits, the imps, the people that report, the spirits that report to Satan, they're going to go back and they're going to talk about what you did after you get deliverance. See, so many people want to be free from deliverance, but they don't have a prayerful life. They don't spend any time with God. They don't do any of these things. Why are we on platforms study begging people to pray for our marriage? And most of you haven't even fasted for your own marriage, not even 10 times this year. Do you know how delusional you look? And then you're asking me to pray for your marriage and you don't even have honor and respect for me. That's really crazy. I've told you all 1,000,000 times that you have a psychotic spirit if you continually watch somebody that you don't like. You can simply unfollow. I don't follow nobody I don't agree with. I don't even listen to people I don't agree with. There's no point. And so you all have developed such psychotic spirits because social media has made it okay to be a monitoring spirit. It is not okay. You need to get yourself checked out. Why am I constantly being obsessed over somebody? Why am I being so offended by accuracy, by truth? Why am I trying to make this person out to be a liar and crazy? Because I don't like hearing the truth. Because you grew up in a very dysfunctional household. Many of you have been touched. Many of you are the aggressors. Many of you have grew up with families that do witchcraft. Many of you have gone to church. You saw no fruit in your life, but because Big Mama told you that you got to go to church on Sunday, you think that that is okay. You think it's okay for you to fornicate. You think it's okay to have a little bit of sex outside of your marriage, and it's okay to watch pornography. You think these things is okay, and then when somebody calls you out on them, it's a problem. A lot of men on this app, they send love spells to women. They send witchcraft as well. It's a lot of men. And there's also a lot of men that follow me that are bewitched by women. And they don't even have a clue. If somebody does witchcraft, 9 times out of 10, they are not going to say, yeah, I did witchcraft on you. They're going to say they don't know what you're talking about. Witches are very nice. People that do ministry that are operating in witchcraft, they're very nice. Why would they expose their hand? That makes no sense. And so many of you are the actual problem. Many of you marry people for the wrong reasons. You marry people for financial reasons. You marry people because you're desperate, because you're lonely, because you hate the fact that God might tell you to be celibate and be by yourself for 10 years. If God told you that, many of you be like, ain't no way. Okay, and so this is what happens. What will happen is that those intrusive thoughts will begin to come. Those intrusive thoughts, if you allow them, they get bigger and bigger. This is why so many people end up in the wrong marriages. This is why the Bible speaks about being unequally yoked. Okay, so prayerfully that this video, this revelation gave you some knowledge, because even if you get somebody to pray for you, there's still work that needs to be done. You need to work out your own marriage. You need to get to the root of your own marriage. You need to fast for your own marriage. You need to pray and go before God and ask him to give you provision concerning your own marriage in Jesus' name.